छोटे से दुनिया का बड़ा सा इंडिया, यह है अपॉर्चुनिटी इंडिया। चाय का प्याला हो या गपशप मिर्च मसाला हो, पैशन है, अग्रेशन है, बिन बात का पैशन है, स्टार्टअप गिरी का फितूर है, अरे तभी तो इंडिया मशहूर है। उम्मीद का सवेरा है, खुशियों का बसेरा है, सपनों का देश, अपनों का देश, यह है अपॉर्चुनिटी इंडिया। मिट्टी में जो हम सपने बोते हैं वो आसमान को छूते हैं। गुडलक की टोपी पहन के भी शीश हमारे झुक जाते हैं। यहां जीत की होती तंग गलियों में तैयारी है और कागज की कश्तियां भी करती किनारों की सवारी है। सपनों का देश, अपनों का देश, ये है अपॉर्चुनिटी इंडिया। यहां आईना है, तस्वीरें हैं, संस्कृति भी खास है। चमकते बाजारों में मुस्कुराता प्यार है। रंग बिरंगी पोशाकों में तभी तो लगते चांद चार हैं। खुशियां हैं त्योहारों की, मिलजुल की, बहारों की। सपनों का देश, अपनों का देश, ये है अपॉर्चुनिटी इंडिया। पतंगों के मेलों में कटती रंजिशों की डोर है, सैर है, सपाटे हैं, यहां टूरिस्ट बड़े आते हैं। ये मेरा है, ये तेरा है, पोषों का सवेरा है, धूप है, छांव है, उन्नति के गांव है। सपनों का देश, अपनों का देश, ये है अपॉर्चुनिटी इंडिया। पैगामों का इंडिया, हाजिर जवाबों का इंडिया, गुब्बारों में उड़ते आसमानों का इंडिया, कश्ती में सवार निकल पड़ा है इंडिया, पंख फैलाए उड़ चला है इंडिया। सपनों का देश, अपनों का देश, छोटी सी दुनिया का बड़ा सा इंडिया, यह है अपॉर्चुनिटी इंडिया।
जी हाँ, अपॉर्चुनिटी इंडिया. We at Franchise India truly believes in concept of providing opportunity to each one of us. With this introduction, we all welcome you to the 33rd edition of Business Opportunity Over Chai webinar series, a platform where our potential business investor interact with Franchise India team and our premium brands to understand how they can operate and how investor can associate with the great brand. With this introduction, I welcome our panelist Gaurav sir, Chairman Franchise India Brands Limited, and NRMD Sonia ma'am for this particular session, and they'll be sharing their insights, their thoughts about the brand. We welcome brand of the day, Germ Shield. Yeah, there they are. We have opportunity where the entire young team of Germ Shield, service by Droom, is with us. They are not only leaders in their business vertical, but they are also doing great CSR activity where they are helping Noida, Delhi, Bangalore, and Gurgaon police with their all potential service. With this introduction, I welcome the entire team of Germ Shield, a service by Droom, for this particular webinar. But before that, we would like to play a small video for each one of us. Thank you so much, Brand, for giving us this particular video. Now over to you to explain how you are creating value in market. Thank you so much for joining us. Over to you.
Welcome, Sandeep and team. You can now lead your presentation. And good to have you on board, Sandeep. I mean, on the webinar. Thank you. And we would like to hear from your journey and a little bit of the new opportunity which you are bringing in.
Sure. So thank you, Gaurav and Sonia and Franchiseindia for having us. My colleague will drive the presentation, but just allow me to take 1 minute quickly to give an overview on Droom. So hi guys, I'm Sandeep Agarwal. I'm the founder and CEO of Droom. I have my 3 colleagues, Amarpreet Singh, who heads finance, Ankit and Akshay, Ankit Gupta and Akshay Singh. They are part of our strategy team. So we are actually India's largest online automobile portal. I started the company in April 2014. Since we started the company until today, we have done around 21,000 crore rupees worth of transactions on our platform. Roughly 350,000 primarily used automobile dealers all over India got associated with us. Roughly 75 to 80% of all the OEMs such as BMW or Toyota or Mercedes and so, they work with us. And we receive close to 25-30 crore people visiting our website and app on an annual basis. We are operational beside India in Singapore, Thailand, and Malaysia, and will be opening more operations in part of Southeast Asia and Middle East. And we are essentially a technology data-driven and AI platform, which has been operating in automobile sector. And we are very happy to share through Franchiseindia platform our new offering, Germ Shield, which is basically the first and only of its kind, a branded solution for sanitization service on a pan-India basis, which is technology driven. As you know, in this pandemic, we all are concerned about hygiene and sanitization and social distancing. And Droom has come up with a very, very world-class solution where you can pretty much sanitize any surface. It can be cloth, it can be leather, it can be stone, it can be floor, it can be wall, any surface for 3 months because of this invisible coating which we offer, which is very scientifically driven. So my team will take you through this opportunity, and there's a opportunity for business and entrepreneurs to get associated with it and generate very sizable revenue with full technology, training, branding, every type of support coming from Droom. So with that, I would like to welcome everyone for joining us, and thank you, Gaurav, thank you, Sonia and Franchiseindia for giving us this platform to share the exciting opportunity with Germ Shield.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sandeep. Hello, everyone. Thanks for taking time to join us for this discussion. My name is Akshay Singh, and I lead the strategy team here at Droom. So if we could move on to the next slide, I will walk you through the Germ Shield concept, as well as how we have structured it into a franchisee. So like Sandeep mentioned at a high level, Germ Shield is an antimicrobial coating, which helps in protecting surfaces from microbes. And these microbes can be bacteria, viruses, fungi, molds, all kinds of microbes. And the way Germ Shield is different from other sanitization offerings out there is this is a coating, not a one-time treatment. So any other treatment will, once you apply it on the surface, it kills the bacteria or the germs. But because this is a coating, what happens is even after applying the coating and even the next day, if someone coughs on it or there are some droplets over there, the bacteria get completely destroyed. So this is the key differentiation between Germ Shield and all of the other sanitization kind of offerings out there. Now, this is based on a globally proven technology. It is registered by the EPA, Environmental Protection Agency in the US. It has accreditation from other countries like Health Canada, Singapore, and many other parts of the world. In India also, we are in the process of getting it accredited for working against all kinds of bacteria and viruses. If we move on to the next slide, right. Here at a glance, we are giving you a difference between Germ Shield and the other solutions that exist in the market. One, this is based on a patented technology, right? Germ Shield itself, there's a US patent, in fact, multiple patents for the technology on how it helps inhibit growth of microbes and also durable and long-lasting coating on the surface. Secondly, it is proven to work against droplet-based viruses. So in the past, it has been used against viruses like SARS and MERS, which are all part of the coronavirus family. Recently in the US, it was also approved or listed against SARS-CoV-2, which is the coronavirus that is currently impacting business all over the world. The third way our solution is different from many of the other competing solutions is we use an electrostatic sprayer. So how an electrostatic sprayer works is it creates a charged solution which sticks very, very strongly with any surface that it gets applied on, right? So this helps in ensuring that the covering or the coating is applied uniformly and the coating is durable and lasts for a minimum of 3 months as we are certifying it to be. Fourth differentiation is it's provided, the treatment is done by a certified staff. So whenever someone gets onboarded to Germ Shield, we give them a very thorough training in terms of how the solution has to be mixed, how the technology has to be followed, what are the checklists that they need to follow, how do you ensure quality control, how do you ensure post-treatment checks and balances, right? Just to ensure that the quality of delivery is world-class. The next point is, like Sandeep already mentioned, most of the other solutions, they work on hard surfaces, so whether it's floors or walls, but our solution works on fabrics, leathers, porous materials of all types. So you can apply it on your curtain, on sofas, etc. And even on those surfaces, it will form a very long-lasting treatment over 3 months. And the last and probably the most important thing which has been working really well is we do an on-the-spot digital contamination level test. So we use something called an ATP meter that tells you before doing the treatment, how many germs are there on the surface, and after doing the treatment, what that reading is reduced to, right? So if we go to the next slide, we'll talk a little bit more about some of these things. This slide re-emphasizes some of the points I already mentioned. Another point I want to mention is this is very, very safe, right? So once the coating is formed, it is completely safe for human beings. You can touch it, lick it, nothing happens to you, right? And that is another big differentiator between our solution and some of the others that are in the market. Another important point is this coating also helps to control odors, stains, and product deterioration. So if it's applied on, let's say, a very expensive leather sofa or in the interiors of a car, it increases the lifetime of that product, and it also reduces odor and stains significantly, right? The other points I covered earlier, so I think we can move on. Right. Germ Shield currently is being offered for all kinds of automobiles. It could be cars, trucks, commercial vehicles. With the police, we have done their PCR vans. We have done lots of ambulances, buses, scooters as well. So that's one major use case for Germ Shield. Then the second use case is in the facilities side. So we have worked with a lot of MNCs to sanitize their offices. We have worked with a lot of leading residential complexes like DLF, etc., across the country to sanitize residential complexes. We do elevators for both offices, residential, and other places. We have been working with large pharma companies also to sanitize clinics and doctors' offices across the country, right? So overall, we have seen a lot of traction when it comes to the business side for Germ Shield, both on the automobile side as well as facilities side. Let's move on. Right. So I would also summarize some of the key points why you should become a Germ Shield franchisee, and then I'll ask my colleague Ankit Gupta to take it forward and walk you through some of the details. The first point is, this is a technology-driven solution, very differentiated in the market. This kind of technology is very new in the India market, and we are seeing a lot of traction from our client base, whether it's enterprises or SMEs or residential complexes or individual consumers, to take this kind of an offering. Because frankly, this kind of an offering which gives you 3 months guarantee in terms of germ protection does not exist in the market. Secondly, this is a low investment franchise opportunity, which you can add to your existing businesses and very easily. Our base case is an average franchisee, a mid-sized franchisee can easily make more than 22 lakhs in revenue every year. And it's also a very high margin business. So if you're making 22 lakhs in additional revenue, you would be making 10 lakh in terms of bottom line, in terms of profit every year, right? Thirdly, like I mentioned, it's a low investment franchise opportunity. So if there's a 2.5 lakhs franchise setup fee, one-time fee, and technology fee. Apart from that, depending on the equipment you purchase and the raw materials you purchase, the end-to-end upfront investment would be about 6 lakhs. That would take care of your investment or business operations for a six-month period almost. And we have also made it easier by providing a rental or EMI option, and that starts at 20,499 rupees per month, right? So the barrier to entry from a franchise perspective is very, very low. Next point is, like I mentioned earlier, it's a very high margin business. It's because very few, there are no other direct competitors, and it's a technology-based solution. People are willing to pay a premium for it, and the franchisees can get a 65% margin. And even if you are doing an average utilization, you can get a 50% net margin, profit margin after all of your indirect costs also. And the break even for this, even within a period of a year, is if you're doing 33% of the projected capacity utilization, right? Then the support that Droom provides, right? We have a pretty strong brand name all across the country. Like Sandeep mentioned, we have tie-ups with more than 350,000 auto-related dealers across the country. So we have presence in more than 1,000 different cities. We will be investing a lot in brand and marketing at a central level, and our enterprise team is also working on getting business at an enterprise level. We have set up a very detailed process in terms of onboarding a franchisee, helping with training, and any after sales support that the franchisees might need, right? And the other reason I think this is a great opportunity right now is if you are already in business and your existing business is kind of impacted because of COVID, then this is almost like you can use your existing facilities and existing manpower to provide the service, because it from a training perspective, all of it can be set up in a matter of a week. Let's move on. Right. From our plans, we want to be present in all the large cities across the country, right? Initial focus obviously will be on the tier 1 and tier 2 cities, but we are open to franchisees, open to onboarding franchisees in all cities in the country, in a similar manner to what we have done on the automobile dealer space. Let's move on. And another point here that I just wanted to make is, we have already seen a lot of good traction in terms of onboarding franchisees over the last 2-3 weeks. We have onboarded 20 new franchisees, and the map that you see here tells you our current footprint in terms of the franchisees we have across the country. Let's move on. And Ankit, I'll request you to take over from here.
Thanks a lot, Akshay. So in terms of franchising, we have two franchise options. One is the site franchise, where a franchise owner gets an option to offer this service through one outlet or one site, and the other being an enterprise franchisee, which is most suited for medium to large businessmen as well as corporates who are looking to increase footfalls to their existing retail outlets. There are three key differences. One is the revenue share for a site franchise is kept at 25%, whereas for an enterprise franchise, it's about 20%. In enterprise franchise, you get an option to offer the service from up to 25 sites or outlets. Also, with enterprise franchisee, you get an option to white label the app and customization of Eco app through which the service is actually provided. Within both the franchise options, we offer two models. One is an upfront payment model, and the other one is rental model, which Akshay also talked about earlier. Just to reduce the entry barrier, we have come up with a rental model through our own NBFC, where a prospective franchise can actually convert the annual franchise and tech fee into an EMI as well as the cost of equipment, so that with minimal cost, they can actually become our franchise and start offering the service. The key difference between two models are obviously in a rental model where a loan has to be approved, so it may take time. There's also a possibility that loan might get rejected because of certain reasons. The revenue share for a rental model is always 5% more versus an upfront model. Also, there's some miscellaneous fee attached to a rental model, like loan application fee and annual insurance cost. Now, this gives you an overview of what kind of costs are involved. As you can see, for a site franchise, we charge 1 lakh rupees as one-time setup fee. Then 1 lakh rupee as an annual franchisee fee, as well as 50,000 rupees for annual tech fee. These both are annual in nature. Every year, 1.5 lakh rupees become due. But as I said earlier, this 1.5 lakh rupees can be converted into an EMI, cost for which is about 13,750. In addition to this, a franchise will have to buy equipment. The equipment that we recommend is an electrostatic sprayer as well as an ATP meter. But depending on the franchise needs, they can go for just one equipment, which is electrostatic sprayer, which is used to perform the treatment, and not go for ATP meter if they want. The cost is around 2.65 lakh rupees, but it could vary because of the current situation, and the supply is highly constrained currently in the country. Revenue share, as I said, is 25% for a site upfront model and 5% more for a rental plan. In case of an enterprise franchisee, we charge 2 lakh rupees as a one-time setup fee, 3 lakh rupees as an annual franchise fee, and 7.5 lakh rupees as annual tech and maintenance fee. Here, you cannot convert the annual franchisee fee and tech fee into an EMI. Only the equipment part can be converted into an EMI. As I said earlier, 20% is the normal revenue share for an upfront payment model and 25% for a rental model. And in addition to this, any bulk order that that Droom provides to the franchisee, they'll have to share additional 20% as a sales commission. Talking about the potential of a franchisee, based on our estimates, a small to mid-sized franchisee can easily make about 22 lakh rupees revenue on an average over a period of 5 years. And they can easily make about 10 lakh rupees on an average over a period of 5 years. And as Akshay also talked about, it's a high margin business. Gross margin can vary between 60 to 70% based on the category you are catering to. Net profit margin is a little lower, but significantly healthy, which is 55 to 65%. And you need about 50 sedans per month to be treated to reach the break even. And post that, obviously, it's pure profit. In a rental model, the profitability reduces marginally, but still very healthy. Again, you tend to make about 22 lakh rupees as annual revenues, 8 lakh rupees as annual profits. Margin reduces marginally to 55 to 65% at a gross level, and net profit margin is about 50 to 60%. Moving on, this gives you an idea about how much money can be made on one treatment of one sedan. Let's say a franchisee treats a sedan based on the model that they have and where they got the order from. They can make anywhere between 27% to 52%.
Ankit, I'm sorry. Can you highlight some basic things first? For example, just the cost of every treatment.
Yes.
I think I think these are very basic. Please, Akshay, you can also see what questions are coming in chat and Q&A. Can you please, rather than going too much detail into the model, can you guys highlight very basic things such as how much it cost, like how much is the cost, what kind of, right? So.
Sure. So I was coming to that, Sandeep, and thank you for highlighting that. The key costs when it comes to treating with Germ Shield are obviously the raw material cost. For treating a sedan, for example, in this example, it costs about 150 rupees only. In addition to that, we recommend a swab test to check the current contamination level as well as the contamination level after the treatment is performed. Cost for that is about 125 rupees, but it gets averaged out because on bulk orders, swab test is only done on sampling basis. In terms of manpower cost, we have estimated that it costs only about 50 rupees in terms of manpower cost for treating a sedan per unit. And hence, a franchisee can make a profit of 724 rupees in case of site upfront model, where the list price is 30.99. So on an average, the margin is about 52%. In case of a rental model, it reduces marginally because of the revenue share difference. But the key cost components remain the same in terms of raw material test cost as well as manpower cost. As I touched upon earlier, in terms of any order that comes from Droom also charges the sales commission, and hence profitability reduces marginally, but it's still really healthy given the current margin levels. Moving on.
Ankit, can we go to the previous slide, the overall economics? I think that is where a lot of people have questions.
Okay.
About where they have to invest.
So guys, actually, sorry, allow me to highlight a few highlights, please. So for everyone, guys, there are two types of franchisee: site franchisee, if you want to have a single location, and enterprise franchisee, if you want to have more than one location. Site franchisee costs you 6 lakh rupees total investment, and enterprise franchisee will cost you close to 15 lakh rupees in total investment. For site franchisee, if you don't want to have a 6 lakh rupees model, you can opt a monthly EMI model. So instead of 6 lakh rupees, you will pay us year 1, 2.5 lakh rupees, year 2, on basically for per month, you will only pay 20,500 rupees to get a franchisee. But because there's a one-time setup fee, the total payment when you onboard could be higher. For enterprise franchisee, there is no rental model. So enterprise franchise is recommended for a large business which can cater to multiple location, has a large team. The treatment, the cost for the automobile is by the type of automobile. It can be, for example, for sedan, it's close to 1500 rupees. On a 1500 rupees treatment, your cost will be less than 150 rupees. And your gross margin could be, even after paying for Droom's royalty fee, your margin will be 65%. We provide the equipment, we provide the raw material, we provide all the technology. You perform this treatment using a simple app which you can download from the Google Play Store. It's a very simple to use app which 14,000 people all over India have been using for 3 years, conducting 3 lakh vehicle certification. So it's a very, very simple system. Basically, as I mentioned, 2 type of franchises, single location, multiple location. If you don't want to pay upfront payment or you want financial assistance, then the EMI or rental model is available. 65% gross margin, 50% net profit margin after paying for every direct or indirect expense. So I think, I hope that helps because it's and the best part for this franchisee is you can conduct this at a customer location or customer can come to your location. You can handle automobile or facility. Facility could be hospital, daycare, school, hospital, isolation ward. You can handle that at the facility. And for automobile, you can handle that at a customer location or customer can come to you. Then basically the customers who come on board, there is a different type of customers. One, there's a retail orders, but then what we have noticed from our other franchisee, you will get a lot of business from residential complexes where maybe the main gates, common area, gym, elevators will be sanitized using this service. So when you get a facility order, the single order can be 50,000 rupees to 3 lakh rupees. When you get one single vehicle, it can be 1,500 rupees. And as I mentioned, my team mentioned, there's a swab test. So like the way, if you have a high blood pressure, there's a blood pressure machine. If you have a fever, there's a thermometer. If you want to check your weight, there's a weighing scale. For the contamination, there is something called ATP machine. It can give you contamination level before and after. Just to give you sense, basically, lot of cars which we sanitized, and I'm not implying that they were dirty, but their reading was around 2000. And just to give you sense, the plate from where you eat your food, the contamination of level of that should be 0 to 30. And anything which is considered clean should be between 0 to 200. And when you sanitize car using Germ Shield, when you sanitize car using Germ Shield, the contamination level can go down from 2000 to 0 or 3. So this is very, very effective, very scientific. And because there's a ATP test available, it gives you instant gratification, seeing before and after result and feeling very, very happy and confident that your facility is fully sanitized. So Ankit, back to you guys. I hope this kind of address some of the very basic high level questions which probably all our attendees had.
Very helpful, Sandeep. Thank you very much. It brought a lot of clarity. Thank you.
Thanks, Sandeep. So at a unit economics level, obviously for an enterprise franchisee, it's much more profitable because of a very favorable revenue share arrangement that Droom is offering for our enterprise franchisees. The revenue share at a net level can be 57%, as you can see on the slide, for a upfront payment model, whereas in case of a rental model, it can be about 50%. And there's just marginal decline in case the order originates from Droom. in terms of training, this is support that Droom provides after a franchisee has been onboarded. We obviously conduct the technology training. As Sandeep mentioned in the introduction, we are a technology and AI-driven company. So everything that goes on in germ shield treatment is tech-driven. So we provide the technology training within 7 days of franchisee getting onboarded. There's an Eco Ninja training, which is training the technician who's going to perform the treatment. We train that technician within 7 working days as well. There's a franchise setup training where we talk about how the retail outlet should be branded. We provide a lot of branding from our end, glow signs, sun boards, etc. So the training is all about how to set it up. Sales and marketing training, where our sales team also gets involved in the training of franchise owners, so that they know the nitty-gritties about this offering and how to convince customers, either large customers or individual customers, in terms of converting them for germ shield treatment. Then there's a SLA training. There are certain SLAs both for franchise partners as well as Droom. What are those SLAs? For example, after the final payment has been done, how long does it take for equipment to reach, etc., etc. Those SLAs are also talked about within the 7 working days after the franchise onboarding.
Thank you, Sandeep and team. I think it was very helpful, and especially Sandeep, I think you gave a very good understanding. So let's start on coming back on a little bit on a business model side of it. While we understand that there is a, so to say, immediate opportunity of surface sanitization, and this technology is unique and it is a proprietary technology you have. Just for our audience understanding, when you say it's a proprietary, obviously this has been used globally. In India, you are the one who's bringing in. How much entry barrier you have, or a lead time you have by the time anybody else can walk in? So that's one area which I would like to understand. Second, if there is any data being done on terms of the size of business, while we are making an estimate that a franchisee is able to do about 22 lakh rupees as a unit performance, is there an overall size of business which you see in the next quarter India would offer as an opportunity? While I know the opportunity is larger than what we will be able to service, but what is an overall in the dollar term or a rupee term, in terms of what is the overall size of business in next 2-3 quarters where there is an opportunity for independent entrepreneurs to go and capture?
Sure. Thank you, Gaurav. So both questions are very nice. So on a first question, Gaurav, basically, if you think about cleaning, fumigation, disinfectant, all these services have been in existence for 100 years. They have been primarily very fragmented, unorganized, blue-collar jobs. But with Germ Shield, as my colleague Akshay mentioned, this is not a cleaning or disinfectant. This is actually a coating. So this creates an invisible coating on any surface which is not visible to human eyes. And it creates spikes, like spikes on that surface, and which is enough to rupture and kill any droplet which fall in future. So when you apply this coating, it is not only killing the existing germs and viruses on that surface. For next 90 to 120 days, it has a spikes. And those spikes are constantly 24/7 working for you. Entry barrier for this are basically, Gaurav, this is a fully tech-driven, artificial intelligence-driven solution. So this is not just coming with a machine and spraying and be done with it. There's someone can place an order. This order can be received by, we have a service delivery app called Eco. That app basically guides you step by step what you need to do, perform this treatment. During this treatment, there's a swab test done for before and after, which gives you full confidence what was the contamination level of your area before and after the treatment. We issue a certificate for the validity of 90 days. During that time, there's an assurance guarantee that there's a full money back guarantee in case the treatment loses its efficacy. Then there is a report which is generated from the app which was used to conduct the treatment. we have over 5 crore rupees annual budget to make it national level phenomena in terms of its promotion, awareness. We have worked with a lot of trade bodies for its accreditation endorsement, right? And so basically, this is, and then basically you can offer one-time treatment, you can offer AMC, all is driven by data science and technology provided by Droom. So this is not someone having access to similar raw material and getting into the business. In our view, pardon me, I am not overestimating Germ Shield and Droom, but we may have a multiple years of jump start versus anyone trying to copy us, because there's a layer of technology, data science, branding, proprietary methodology, report, certification, etc. So a very simple example will be anyone can flip the burger, but it is still a McDonald's. A McDonald's burger is not the tastiest one. It's not the best bun. It's not the best fries, but together at the price, at the speed, and then the style it is offered, nobody can replicate. So we have a multiple year jump start versus anyone else to create a completely unorganized market into a technology and standard operating procedure driven service. So that is my answer to the first part. And this is basically, in our view, we are one of the largest technology company in India, and it took us tens of crore rupees and lot of manpower. 200 people worked on this, building this. I am not underestimating anyone, but it's not going to be. It'll be probably several years before someone can come close to what we have. And during that time, obviously, we will keep on bringing more and more innovation, more offerings. That is one part. Second part, Gaurav, just really quickly, it's a very sizable market. So I will like to address two ways. One is almost every metro city, like Delhi, Bangalore, Mumbai, Hyderabad, Calcutta, Ahmedabad, Pune, they are between 50 to 75 crore rupees per year business. Second tier cities are between 25 to 40 crore rupees business. Third tier city, depending upon the city, can be between 3 to 5 crore rupees per year and 10 to 15 crore rupees on a high side per year business. And I am saying only for the germ shield treatment, not for the other disinfectant and cleaning. So it's basically, if I add up all, we are talking about close to 2,000 to 2,500 crore rupees immediate market. Now, we all know that if there's no remedy against corona, obviously awareness of this will only go up. So the 1,500 crore rupees may become 3,000. Now, if the government makes it mandatory that anything which is publicly used, for example, a airport, bus station or railway station, or common facilities, all our restaurant, bars, nightclubs, or the elevators, if you go to any elevator, there's a certificate that it was last checked on 14th April 2020, and there's a mandatory requirement for put it every quarter. On restaurant, in restaurant, Food and Drug Administration come and check the hygiene of the kitchen. They may sometime even blacklist a restaurant. So same way, we expect that the hygiene, there will be a lot of compliance and regulatory requirements. For example, Ola and Uber must clean their car before every ride. But if you have this kind of treatment, then you don't require basically, because it's working for 3 months. So to answer your question, current market is around 2,000 to 2,500 crore rupees. It can easily be 5 to 1,000 crore rupees based on increasing awareness. Very similar to how 26/11 happened. People did not stop going to hotels, but every hotel will check you. They will have a metal detector, and your luggage will go through a scanning. Right? It has become a permanent phenomena and has probably maybe become a 25 to 30,000 crore rupees industry, from shopping malls to hotels, basically checking you before you go into the mall or a hotel. So I hope that addressed the two questions, that it's a 2-year plus jumpstart versus anyone trying to copy. And it's a very, very sizable, rewarding market. And in my view, the way every year when the rain comes, we use odomas or other mosquito repellent. During winter, we use sweater, right? Same way, this is here to stay. In my view, this is here to stay, because everyone now who is going to the shopping, everyone who is buying, let's say, ghee, butter, dal, milk, egg, they are also buying hand sanitizers. they are also buying they are also buying gloves and masks. So same way, the sanitization service of this sort is here to stay and only to grow.
Thank you very much. Very well said. And I think, and we will obviously 2 to 3 years from now, and really take you as a pioneer of bringing this service to the country. And I think every time, and I have in my journey seen so many examples of where somebody was able to locate, and one of our clients actually did the same time when 9/11 happened, and also the Bombay blast happened. He was in the security business, and his company was very small. And from there, in about 3 to 4 years, this company became a 1,000 crore security company, largest in India today. So this exactly is the absolutely same time where you have located an opportunity, quickly build a solution. And I think to make environment secure, maybe Germ Sheet would be the logo you would like to see if they have sanitized it. And when was this done? So then people would understand that this is a safer environment to be in.
Absolutely.
So I'll have one more question and then I'll pass it on to Sonia. So we rate any franchise opportunity on 4 elements, which is what we call sustainability. It's a very sustainable model. It doesn't have too much of OPEX cost. And I think scalability, you've answered, it's already a 2,000 crore industry. So it's a very scalable. Affordability, which I really like. This is probably the first concept which we're bringing, which you can buy in EMIs. So technically you can really buy, if you qualify. Obviously there has to be somebody who qualifies to be getting the loan, but you can start with a little bit of a loan and a small investment, then investment becomes only 1-2 lakh rupees. And then the fourth point, which is I think the only very point or a risk point everybody thinks, that if I am not able to get business, if I am not able to acquire business by myself, because you run a large ecosystem under Droom and you have a core digital platform, what kind of initial support you will provide for somebody to get started? Because some people are very hardworking entrepreneurs, but they are not very great in marketeers or business development. So they find a little tough in the early days to get in the business. So what support you have earmarked? And on the support, you can also talk about a little bit on training and also supply chain, because they would need a regular supply chain from you. So you can just talk a little bit on that.
Sure. So Gaurav, thank you for asking that question. So I will answer, and Akshay, Ankit, and Amarpreet, feel free to add. So Gaurav, we actually have considered everything. We have not assumed that businessman to be very sophisticated and on top of every aspect, because everyone, God has given everyone 2 things, which is very special, but God has not given everyone everything. And so what we have combined together is, Gaurav, the moment someone basically expressed the interest, we walk them through about the various 2 options, which you already captured, basically upfront payment or rental. There's a very simple process. Of course, they have to qualify, but there's a very simple process. You fill the application. Our finance team, which is run by Amarpreet, who's on the call, evaluate. We quickly turn around and come back whether we have accepted your rental proposal versus you are only eligible for upfront payment. After that, once you make the payment, you immediately, there is something called Eco Hub. Like the way we have Eco app, from Eco Hub, they ship out all your store branding, from a very beautiful glow signboard on the front of your store to at a reception, another signboard, to a shop floor, another signboard, a lot of branding for the walls, lot of pamphlets, all the warning signage, like when you are treating the treatment, you need to keep some warning signage, etc. All those things are basically provided by us. Then we provide the various options for the equipment. We provide all the options of raw material. After that, Gaurav, we have 5 types of training. One is basically the technician training, who will do the actual treatment. So there's a full training, and after training, basically there's a quiz which determine whether you have really established the minimum proficiency. Second one is we basically give you a training all the branding which we have provided, how will you decorate your own physical facility. Third one is we give you the training for how to use the app. Fourth one is we give you the training how to use our online technology platform, from where you can renew your franchisee, you can ask for more supplies. And finally, there's a training for sales and marketing. So there's a proper training for sales and marketing. And we, in fact, not only that, on a monthly basis, Gaurav, we provide the pamphlets and various banners. So the banner coupons. So there could be a coupon for thank you coupon for a customer for 100 rupees off for the next treatment, or refer a friend, or upgrade from a single treatment to a AMC. Same way for a new customer, there will be a monthly special, Eid special, Diwali special, Mother's Day special, Valentine's Day special, and so on. Beside that, Gaurav, each month our marketing team will come with the new plans. And finally, one more thing is, as my colleague Akshay mentioned, we get crores of rupees worth of inbound business, because we are India's largest portal. We are among the most trafficked websites in the country. So Germ Shield is offered as a category, and whatever order we receive, that is given to the franchisee of that location.
Thank you. Very, very helpful. And we would like to see your comment on this on Valentine's Day, with people gifting Germ Shield package. that would be something. But we are all coming in all those days, so it might become a more interesting gift. Sonia, over to you now for your questions.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sandeep ji, Akshay and Ankit, for putting this presentation together. I think while I was going through it, I was actually looking all around, and it makes me feel that, everything is contaminated, kind of detailing that you put. I'll put maybe some perspective, and I'll take up some questions, and some have been answered. I'm seeing, the team is answering a lot of questions, and maybe we can pick that up for everybody to perhaps go through. But as I start, I feel, as the countries and our country, they started to opening up after the pandemic, the biggest demand and the preparation which is being done today is for creating an environment which is safe. I think the last few days I've been reading in Delhi NCR with malls opening up, with QSR chains opening up. Almost everybody is talking about cleanliness, is talking about safety for the consumer. I feel that's the top priority today for any of the brands to make consumer feel safe. So right from their bikes, which is these delivery companies, to their boxes they want to sanitize, to the hot bags. So I feel the universe is very, very large as far as the opportunity is concerned. At the same time, I was also reading, Sandeep, and perhaps you can also throw some light on that. I think Bombay, there was some company who's doing it, and there are many other smaller companies, not as big as what you do. The demand is much higher than what it is getting serviced today. And there are a lot of players which are at the regional level are not able to perhaps cater to this demand for a lot of reasons. One is because of their scalability. Maybe they reach to different markets, and one of the issues is the people, or I would say the staff who's deployed to do that. I wanted to understand how currently you are prepared to address opportunity. I don't feel there is any kind of dirt that is big, but how is Germ Shield prepared to address or cater to the bigger opportunity which lies in these cities?
Sure.
As far as the staff is concerned.
No, absolutely. Sonia, that's a great question. Let me just quickly say that at Droom, we all, either me as a company's founder and CEO, Ankit, Akshay, Amarpreet, all of us, we are 350 of us. We all actually are basically we build everything very, very scalable. If we don't make scalable things, theoretically we don't get rewarded. So even to Gaurav's previous question, even if we do 500, 800 crore rupees revenue, 2000 crore rupees revenue of the total market, if we don't do on a long-term basis for 5-year horizon, and every year market is growing, theoretically Droom does not make money. So that means we very selfishly make things very scalable so that everyone in the ecosystem, Droom as a company, raw material provider, franchisee as someone who is investing his money plus passion and hope and dreams, and the recipient of the service, all can actually get a value. So to answer your question, basically anyone who can, basically we have a proper training. We have created 14,000, we call them Eco Ninja. So we have 14,000 Eco Ninja all over India who are already very familiar with our app. They work with Droom in very similar to how Uber drivers work with Uber as an independent driver or not on Uber's payroll. So same way, they are 14,000 Eco Ninja. Theoretically, they are also available for any franchisee to get them on board, and they can deliver the service. We can also help them match with if a Mumbai franchisee need 20 of those people, we can give 20 of those people. But just to give you sense, this whole process inherently by nature is very scalable. So even with a single trained technician can generate roughly 20 lakh rupees per year revenue for you. So if you have a 3 technician and they are utilized 100% of the time, only 3 technicians can generate 60 lakh rupees revenue for you. Because the value of this is, because this is a treatment, not cleaning. Cleaning is done every day. Some people who are cleaning freak may do cleaning every 2 hours, but the coating is not done every 2 hours or every day. It is done once in 90 days, right? So just to, I hope I'm answering your question.
Yes, in fact, I have some questions more which I had written, and you seem to be answering those as well.
Sure.
Yeah. But you can go ahead, Sandeepji. In fact, you've answered some of the questions which I wanted to.
So basically, the someone who's a 12th graduate and has done, let's say, diploma in auto mechanics, or know how, or maybe already using, let's say, WhatsApp, TikTok, or Facebook, etc. Theoretically, with a minimum training which is already provided through us and through the app, can now perform this service.
Great. One question I had, because that was one question which I was thinking of asking, the efficiency of a person. You talked in terms of revenue, but in terms of services, how long does it take? I was seeing in the chat room also somebody asked a question, how long does it take? While I understand there might be different kind of treatments which would take different time for them to deliver, but on an average, one technician in one day can deliver or service how many sedans or different categories?
So Sonia, maybe after we take the questions, if I may request to play one of the video which is on Germ Shield, maybe towards the end, so that will give people very good feeling beyond imagination that how does this treatment work. But to your answer question, if every vehicle is coming to you for treatment, you can a single technician can do 16 to 20 automobile per day. 16 to 20. But if the technician is going to the customer location, then because of the commute time and setup and switching time from one location to another, he can do between 6 to 8.
Great. And Sandeepji, because you're already doing this business for quite some time, what is your own assumptions on people who want to take services at their home? Because I feel more of the people who want to take services are people who would want to rather invite services at home than perhaps giving. So is there a pick up and drop off with the you, or the himself comes and takes his services at the outlet, or this can also be done by the respective franchisees in their locations?
See, See, as I mentioned, Sonia, the service can be, because facility cannot come to you, you will have to go to the facility. But for automobile, both options are available. Technician, Eco Ninja technician can come to the customer location, or customer can bring the to the customer location, franchisee location. But theoretically, we have a geo mapping technologies very similar to Uber or Ola. When you order an Uber, you come to know who is your mechanic and he's on his way. It will take him 11 minutes and now he has arrived. So our Eco app, our service delivery Eco app for Germ Shield work exactly same. So theoretically, even if the franchisee has a less physical facility or want to make more money by delivering service at the doorstep, our technology, our app fully enable geo mapping technologies where buyer will come to know that, let's say Mahesh Kumar is on his way. He will arrive in 20 minutes and he has now arrived and he has now started serving the Germ Shield and he has finished it. So theoretically, that's how it works. So it's a very, very beautiful experience for a buyer, and for the things which can move, they can be handled in both ways, at a customer location or at a franchisee location. Things which cannot move, the franchisee technician will come there.
Great. Thank you so much, Sandeepji. I have questions which are related to the phase-wise rollout of Germ Shield. You also mentioned, I saw the map, there were certain locations which are already running. So we have a question where people want to know, is there some kind of exclusivity which is given to individuals if it is a site? And if somebody is taking enterprise, it is for the entire city, region, how is that territory defined?
On enterprise, the additional question I would have is that it's a kind of a master, which is a multi. Is it going to be a multi-unit, or you will have rights to further sub-franchise also?
Sure. So Sonia and Gaurav, basically, the site franchisee will have single location, And anywhere, any place where we have a franchisee for 5 kilometer radius, we don't offer any other franchisee. So we give a proper geography protection. Second is there's a price protection. So no franchisee can charge lesser than what you are charging. Third protection is if you are working on a large enterprise order, let's say in your own city, there are two franchisee, but you are both working for, let's say one is working for a large government contract or a large enterprise contract. So you have actually, you have a right of first refusal. So you have 1 week, 2 weeks, or up to 3 weeks where nobody else will compete for the same order, because you can enter without even getting that order in advance in our system that I want to basically, I want to reserve this for me. So you can do that. And so we basically give that for any, and the exclusive, there's no exclusivity, but thing is, if you have an inbound order, you can handle any inbound order, but with your physical facility in a 5 kilometer radius, there will not be any other franchisee. And then Gaurav and Sonia, because we want to make this work for, this will not work if it only works for Droom, but not for franchisee. So we are very, very sensitive. Wherever we, in a very large city, we have multiple franchisee now. For a smaller city, once we have one franchisee, we are not going after another franchisee unless we know that each franchisee can make minimum 25 to 50 lakh rupees beyond doubt. But yes, we give a geographical protection, pricing protection, and the enterprise orders, which may take 1 week to 3 weeks to convert, we give you that protection so that two people are not competing for the same order.
Very helpful, very helpful. So we are already over the time. So I would like to take some last remarks, and then Dheeraj, if you can find the video, we would like to do a video also. Sonia, so if you have some last remarks. And
I have one question which I had in my mind while going through the presentation. There's a rental model which is 20,000 and there's an upfront of 6 lakhs, and which is a per month payment. For how long this payment is to be made, one, and how long is the contract? Because I see an annual fee of 1 lakh which has been put in the financials, which is taken from the franchisee. Is the contract renewed every year?
Yes. So yes, Sonia. So let me just explain. First of all, there's a one-time setup fee for a site franchisee, which is 1 lakh. You pay this once in a lifetime. So if you are our franchisee for next 40 years, you will pay this 1 lakh only once. Then there's a 1 lakh rupees annual franchisee fee, and there's a 50,000 rupees annual technology licensing fee. So at the time of sign up, you actually pay 1 lakh plus 1 lakh plus 50,000, 2.5 lakh. Right? Next year, you pay only 1.5 lakh because 1 lakh is not paid again. And then there's a 2,65,000 rupees worth of equipment. These equipment include ATP machine and the electrostatic sprayer. These machines will last for 5 years. So you actually don't pay that. So every year, theoretically, you are only paying 1.5 lakh rupees, while year one may be close to 6 lakh rupees, right? And then if you convert everything into a rental model, then you pay 1 lakh rupees setup fee. And for the remaining 1.5 lakh rupees and 2.65 lakh rupees equipment, you pay 20,500 as a EMI.
Okay. All right. And that is for the entire period of that 1 year, and it continues as long as you continue with the contract.
That's right. So franchisee, if you let's say if you keep the franchisee for 1 year, you will pay 1 lakh rupees one-time setup fee and 13,500 rupees per month for the franchisee a monthly fee. Right? If you are franchisee for 1 year, you pay 13,500 for 1 year per month. But equipment are given to you. So you have to let's say equipment are 2,65,000. So after 2 years, if you have only paid, let's say 1 lakh of the 2,65,000 and you want to discontinue, but you will have to still pay the equipment because equipment is yours.
Okay.
Right? So it's only so if you buy the upfront equipment, you have already paid for it. But if you are paying on a monthly basis, that one is it is equated on a 5-year basis.
Okay.
So Sandeep, thank you for adding. I want to also add something for the finance and rental point of view. It's a very simple process. If you want to convert the rental for the annual franchisee fee, including the technology license, which is around the 1.5 lakh, you basically get the rental for the 1 year. Okay, the 1.5 lakh is basically convert into the monthly rentals for 1 year tenure, and for the equipment purpose, basically convert your rentals for the 5 years. So it's a separate thing. 13,500 around is for the annual franchisee fee and technology license for 1 month for 1 year rental, and remaining 6,500 around amount of rental is for equipments of 2.65 lakhs for the 5 years. It's also on the monthly basis. This is very simple process. You can anybody interested is basically put an application for very simple application, and we basically evaluate him on the very simple process through our Droom credit platform, which is basically one of the advanced platform in the country. So through this, we basically provide a rental so that we remove the maximum entry barrier for anyone who basically want to enter into this hot business offering for buyers.
Great. I think that's very helpful. We had a lot of people asking about it.
Sure. So any last remarks, Sandeep ji and the team, and Sonia, last remarks from your side?
Yeah. So Gaurav and Sonia and Franchiseindia, thank you for having us. We absolutely enjoyed presenting our offering. I just wanted to mention that, this is the same team which has created India's largest online platform, where 8,500 crore rupees worth of automobiles are sold by 3 lakh small and medium sized used vehicle dealers. Before that, Gaurav, you know me for several years. I created Shop Clues, which was India's largest, first ever marketplace before Flipkart, before Amazon. So I just wanted to say 3 things. Whatever we do long-term horizon. If we thought, how you mentioned about the security agency, which is 1,000 crore rupees business. If we thought that Germ Shield is only during the Corona, then I don't think we would have gotten into this. Right. So in our view, this is here to stay. And we believe in ecosystem. 350,000 auto dealers got associated with us because they sold 21,000 crore rupees worth of automobiles and services through our platform in last 6 years. Same way, we feel that Germ Shield is an ecosystem where more people become part of network, the whole network become beneficial. This service is, this service has very immense entry barrier because of the capital investment we have made and the technology we have produced, and already crores of rupees of business, which we have already delivered through dozens of franchisees. So, our team is here to help, and it may not work for everyone, but for people, this work, it will work very big time. So again, thank you for having us.
Thank you, Sandeep. I mean, it's always a delight to meet you. You always is a man who brings in concepts much ahead of anybody else, and not only bringing. A lot of people can think through, but your go-to market and building large capabilities, large team is known by, and I think so. A lot of people can go and visit you and maybe follow you on LinkedIn and see what you've done, and every time you've empowered a lot of entrepreneurs. This is also empowering a lot of entrepreneurs in the system. Sonia, your remarks?
Thank you so much, Sandeep. I think it was very insightful for all of us and something new that we learned today. And I feel as far as our today's environment is concerned, the only differentiator which one company would have over the other is that element of trust and credible promoters and companies like you. So there's a big opportunity, I feel, in a large market which can be unlocked, a technology model that you have which unlocks and takes advantage of the entire ecosystem, and a very clear path which I see, which is towards attractive monetization. So I feel speed of penetration is the key here, and you're masters on that. So wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Can we have a quick video?
सर गुड आफ्टरनून, अशोक बात कर रहा हूँ। Droom.in से जर्म शील्ड की सर्विस परफॉर्म करनी थी अपने यहाँ पे। जी सर, मैं अभी जैसे आपके गेट पे खड़ा हूँ। ठीक है सर। कस्टमर जो आप ज़्यादा टच करते हैं वो एरिया टच जिससे चेक करूँगा, ये स्वैब टेस्ट है, तो उससे इसकी जो आपकी जर्म्स का लेवल है वो काउंट इसमें चेक करके होगा। सर ये 2677 है, इसका जो लेवल होना चाहिए 0 to 100 के बीच में होना चाहिए। तो ये बहुत ज़्यादा है, इसको ट्रीटमेंट की ज़रूरत है।
Thank you very much. Very, very helpful. It's a super 5-star service, and I think I felt like taking myself this service, right?
Thank you, Gaurav.
I think all of us viewing here wants to take one service.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Droom team, and very good presentation for our audience. And we will reach out to you. And there are a lot of people are watching also on Facebook Live, and we will take all the inquiries and set up in this week some calls and tri-party calls for taking this. So thank you, Sandeep, taking time out, especially coming for this webinar. Thank you very much.
Absolutely, Gaurav. Thank you for everything. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
So thank you everyone who has joined us. Thanks all the attendees, participants who have joined us. Thank you so much, team of Germ Shield. You have actually prepared a very good presentation and all the videos. Thank you so much, Sandeep, Ankit, Akshay, Amarpreet for taking out time and interacting with our investors. Thank you so much, Gaurav sir and Sonia ma'am. As always, you share your thoughts and your insights with our investor so that they can select the best brand. You can also call us, WhatsApp us or mail us. All the information is given in your chat tool. You can reach out to us. We will definitely love to help you with all the queries. You can also touch with Gaurav sir and Sonia ma'am over their LinkedIn profile. That's there on your screen. But before that, we have again a great session directly from Gaurav sir today. Do join us. This is Take Charge series, specific webinar by Gaurav sir. Please register yourself today for 4 p.m. webinar series. Thank you so much. Take good care of yourself. Take good care of your health and your families. Best wishes for the rest of the day. Thank you so much.